So I've been feeling some type of way about someone that I love dearly. I love this person so much. And my initial feeling is being caught between being resentful and just completely giving up on the relationship. I guess the two aren't mutually exclusive, but those were kind of the feelings that I had been stuck with for a while. And of course, being me, I was taking some time to really meditate on it and think through the feeling, but also trying to reframe it. That's been a big thing for me lately is reframing negative thoughts into more positive ones. And a thought that kind of stuck with me is that it is all of our first times doing this. In terms of, like, for example, it is my first time being 30 years old. Anything that I do now at this point in my life, it'll be my first time doing this at this stage in my life where I'm living in a new place, or I have a new job, or dealing with specific situations with specific people. Or I even think about, my family. It's my parents' first time parenting two grown people. I mean, it's been a while, but you get my point. It's my sister's first time raising a 6-year-old boy. And even for my friends, like it's their first times navigating different careers and having babies and getting married and getting into relationships, and there's so many firsts that we as humans experience over the course of our lives. Like, even, at at 80, 90 years old, your grandparents or older family members will still be experiencing firsts. And I think for myself, who, at least in this point in my life, it's not the most natural thing to extend grace. I'm trying to be more deliberate about thinking about the fact that everyone's doing this for the first time. Chances are there are a whole lot of decisions that they will make that are not the best decisions for them, let alone a decision that is going to be one that fits my preferences. And I think in a time when it can almost be a badge of honor that people carry, that they're really good at cutting people off. And I was one of those people at one point, and sure, there's a time for it, but in a time where it can be a source of pride, uh for how much you don't care about a relationship or a person or a situation, being a little nonchalant, being a little non-committal. uh I think it's important for myself that in this time of prioritizing relationships with people and really wanting to build the strong foundations of relationships, I extend grace as much as possible, because we're all going to hurt each other. We're all going to make mistakes. And at the end of the day, this is our first time living this version of our lives. And it's not a matter of excusing the behavior. It's just adding adding context to it without knowing all of the context. The context that we do have being that this might be this person's, they might be navigating a new situation. Might be their first time doing this. And the context that we don't have might be a family member is sick. They just lost their job. They're dealing with depression. Like there are so many things that even with people we're close to, we might not have all the information. Heck, they might not have all the information. How many people are going through mental health struggles and aren't aware that they're dealing with it? So, my thoughts for this evening are trying to reframe negative feelings that I have about people, especially people that I find to be important in my life, and not holding on to negative feelings based on, situations where I might not have all the context. I think that's how we build stronger networks. That's how we build stronger friendships. That's how we preserve these relationships. It's how we build community. It's how I'm choosing to build community in this new physical place, but also just this new time in life, this new season, you might call it. So that's what I encourage everyone to do today. Really, really think deeply about maybe someone else's actions, and that does not mean you have to excuse everyone's behavior. That's not necessary. But for your own good, I think it's beneficial for your own mental health to not be constantly thinking negatively about someone else's actions when it might not be their intention at all to hurt or offend you. Um it might not be their intention to like deliberately not think about your feelings or how their decisions affect you. It just might happen that way. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at tonight. Like, we all might need a little more patience and grace in our lives rather than just the immediate dismissal of people. Yeah, that's it, y'all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.